Hello, my name is Emmanuel Munsanje, and I'm coming with a very special lecture. This lecture, many people, many stakeholders should really get around it and actually implement. It's a lecture for presidents, it's a lecture for members of parliament, it's a lecture for employees around the world. It is an entrepreneurship lecture, which is a solution. It is designed to create enterprising retirees. It is designed to create retirees who are entrepreneurs. Let me give you the background. People can work for life. You could be a teacher, you could be a nurse, you could be an engineer. But when you retire, you can be given your money. And when this money is finished, you become a destitute. The problem is there is a gap between the employees and the entrepreneurs. A lot of employees will retire, they are not entrepreneurs, and then they fail to make it in life. But of course, others make it, but a bigger chunk of them around the world do not really make it. They go into depression and they go into frustration even after they've finished their money. There is a solution to that. But before we get to the solution, let's focus on the employee. An employee has an employer. In terms of governments around the world, the employees are called civil servants, but the employees could also be in other, private companies. Now, what does an employee do? A lot of employees will be trained in specific areas. Some are accountants, some are human resource managers. You can mention them in their, files and ranks. What do they do every day? They come, report, do what is prescribed according to the system of the organization where they're working from, and knock off. They come the following day, and that's a routine that is there. They attend meetings, they attend workshops, they do all that has to be done. In short, they execute the work that is prescribed by the employer. But there's one time when they retire. They are delinked or separated from the employer. They stand on their own. Most of the employees, when they stand on their own, cannot really manage to do what they even used to do at work. They'll get their money, they'll get their remuneration, and at the end of the day, they finish it, they go into destitution. Of course, not everybody, but a large number of them. How do we bring in about a solution to that? For the governments, for the presidents, for the members of parliament, and other senior government officials, you must make a deliberate policy about the solution that I'm going to roll out. For the employees, whether in government or not, you have to reciprocate. You have to think about it, about the solution that I'm about to offer. This is a homegrown solution which I believe can work anywhere around the world. How does it work? Let's look at the case study of Zambia as well. In Zambia, employees will work, and there's what is called 8-hour policy. They will work for 8 hours today, 8 hours on Monday, 8 hours on Tuesday, up to Friday. And that becomes a routine of 8-hour policy, giving it all to the employer. There should be a way in which there's a reservation of maybe even an hour, even a day within the week, to begin preparing these employees for the life after the routine works that they are doing. I'll give examples. If you are an employee and you have the passion and the dream to become a farmer, you must be allowed in a way, as a matter of policy, maybe within a day or within some hours in a week, to identify a successful farmer who is enterprising so that you begin interfacing. If you admire to be a contractor, but you are still locked up in employment, you must be linked in a way with a contractor who is already on the ground to begin mentoring you, to begin coaching you, to begin apprenticing you, so that as you work as an employee, you are being trained, you have a hands-on kind of thing in the area of your interest. If you have aspirations of being a contractor, by and large, you must even be allowed to know the nitty-gritty of bidding and winning a contract. And you must even start even winning a contract even before you retire. The purpose is, by the time you retire, you will not be a stranger in the corporate world. You will not be a stranger in the enterprising world. Because if this is not done, you retire to compete with experienced, highly experienced men and women in the corporate world. And obviously, you cannot cope with the pressure that is there, the kind of, pressure which they will do in terms of the competition. But if in the framework of your work, there is a policy, a deliberate policy that is there to begin mentoring you, begin preparing you for the future, it becomes very good for you because you will have experience then. Think about it. If you're applying for a job, they'll ask for experience. They will even prescribe maybe 3 years experience. They will prescribe 5 years experience. If it's in management level, they will say 10 years experience. How can it be that you don't have experience and you jump in the corporate world? Definitely it becomes very difficult. But if governments around the world, through their presidents, through their members of parliaments and other authorities, have a deliberate policy to integrate the cadre of workers and the cadre of corporate world and interface them, then it becomes very good. There should be a lot of incentives around that could be made in order that it would be very interesting for employees to begin learning, to begin being apprenticed. And it should also be very motivating for the providers of enterprising, skills to also be incentivized. In the long run, you have a country, you have an economy that is full of retired entrepreneurs because they've been coached all the way. They've been apprenticed all the way. As they go into the field, they know what they want. They've been trained in the areas which they want, and they can compete very well. If you scan and look around the whole world, even that policy has never been used. This policy is very good. Think about it and employ it. Employ it in order to help the employees, whereby they graduate as retired employees, but who are seasoned entrepreneurs. When can they practice what they have been learning? It could be in the weekends, it could be in a special holiday, it could be within a special period that is being done. At the end of the day, you are doing a service to employees because you are very cognizant that they have a future. At one time, they will be alone. You are helping them to prepare. So think about it. Those in authorities, it could be in the Republic of Zambia, it could be in Zimbabwe, it could be in Malawi, it could be in the United States of America, around the world. This principle can work. Try it. Thank you very much.